Hey Walking Dead fans, this is going to be a video on the lawsuit, the AMC lawsuit that's between not only Frank Darabont, the original producer that brought Walking Dead from the comic book to the screen, but we're also going to talk about Robert Kirkman and Gale Ann Hurd and some of those producers. And I'm referring to several articles, but we'll focus on one by the HollywoodReporter.com, and I'll put that link in the description as well. So the Walking Dead producers say AMC won't explain the basis for denying hundreds of millions in profits to them. But AMC's company lawyer is saying that our defense in this case has been clear from day one. So let's look at what the one side is saying and what the other side is saying. And the answer to the question, though, that I've actually answered in some of those prior videos, what's happening here? And let me kind of give it to you in a nutshell, if I can. And I don't know if I'm using the correct words or terminology on some of this, but this is the real basics, I think, of it. So here's the deal, kind of. The AMC has a studio arm and AMC has a cable arm. And what AMC is doing is one hand is charging the other hand so much, by the time it comes down to it, there's no profits left for anybody else. So they're all sitting there, all these producers, the creator, Robert Kirkman, Frank Darabont, the one who brought it to the screen, they're all sitting there like, why do my checks say zero? Why do my royalty checks from doing all of this work, from having a stake in this show, why are my checks reading zero? The answer pretty much is that it's Hollywood accounting. They did some funny accounting where they have two companies and one is charging the other for the rights. And they're saying once the accounting's done that there's no money left over for Robert Kirkman, for Gale Ann Hurd, for Frank Darabont. And all of that, the lawsuit that they're bringing against AMC, all of that is equaling hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. And if you want to look up a recent case that is hitting home that is pretty much just like this, 21st Century Fox was recently ordered to pay $179 million to the executive producers and stars of the hit show Bones. So in Los Angeles Superior Court this week, Robert Kirkman's lawyer, Ronald Nessum, I think I'm saying that right, Nessum, estimates that AMC's decisions have cost his clients hundreds of millions of dollars and is priming the judge's intervention in exchanges of information between the parties. He thinks they haven't told us enough about their accounting practices. That's pretty much the gist of that. Because AMC's defense is their attorney, Orrin Snyder. This is an illegitimate money grab engineered by Hollywood lawyers and agents. AMC has paid the plaintiffs fairly and correctly under the contracts. These complaints about the discovery process are false and amount to sound and fury, signifying nothing. It is also worth noting that in the same breath, plaintiffs claim to specify money damages. They acknowledge that they don't have the facts or expert testimony to have any idea what they're actually seeking in this lawsuit. Their decision to turn a procedural update to the court into an advocacy document is unfortunate and regrettable. So as far as what I've read and understand about the case, of course it's he says, she says, whatever about whatever AMC is saying versus whatever Robert Kirkman and Frank Darabont. His case is very similar. Same kind of accounting practices is what Frank Darabont is suing AMC over, hundreds of millions of dollars. And Frank Darabont and the others are suing for pretty much the same reason, a little bit different, some contract differences and things like that. But the statement that the AMC attorney made, from my understanding, and this is just me reading a bunch of different articles and trying to assess the situation and try to explain it to you, of course, kind of in a nutshell, but because of those accounting practices, and the other lawyer for Robert Kirkman right now is trying to get more information, like look more into their books, I guess, or at least to have them tell them what their accounting practices are exactly, because it's pretty much coming down to AMC saying these guys signed a contract that said that the cable network arm will pay them X amount of royalties. AMC studio arm is charging us so much for the rights and the production and everything that goes into it. There's no profits left over. So you're not really getting anything. And that's pretty much what the contract said. and that's just the way it is. I mean, definitely if you guys can explain it a little better in the comments, that's kind of what the video is for, to kind of just let the news get out there, and maybe you guys have heard about it too, want to discuss it a little bit. Kirkman, along with series producers Gail Ann Hurd, Glenn Mazzara, and David Alpert, filed suit in August 2017 with the allegation that they've been massively cheated. The dispute raises questions about what AMC's studio arm is charging AMC's cable network for rights to air the show. Yeah, so the studio arm is charging the cable network, which the plaintiffs have a contract with, AMC's cable network, not AMC's studio arm. So because the cable network isn't showing profits and the studio arm is showing a lot of profits from The Walking Dead, but that's not who the plaintiffs had a contract with. So in one way, the AMC lawyer is correct in saying, hey, we went by the contract. These are just people trying to get more money out of us. But on the other hand, you're looking at, yeah, dude, but if it's true what they're saying, y'all are screwing the hell with some weird Hollywood accounting, bad accounting, whatever you want to call it, cheating accounting. You're screwing these people out of really what they're entitled to. And you know, back in the day, AMC was just a movie channel, and it started licensing the programs Mad Men and Breaking Bad from third parties, Lionsgate and Sony. Walking Dead was the first show that AMC produced in-house. So since then, ever since The Walking Dead has been on the air, AMC has been charging a license fee for each episode. And it says in the article it's $2.4 million now per episode for a license fee. But it is definitely high stakes, and if AMC loses both of these cases, it does throw another wrench into the plans of the Walking Dead universe, just because if you've been following AMC at all, just with The Walking Dead, but the AMC network with other shows and what they've been doing and how they've been doing it as far as their accounting and their writing and just some of the stuff they do, their marketing with The Walking Dead, all of these cliffhangers, the commercials, just the different things that they're doing. If you've really been paying attention to all of that, and then you throw in the fact of the actors leaving and negotiating contracts and not wanting to pay actors more, especially the ones that's been there and for a long time and is holding the series together. That's why you pay an actor more as the series goes along, especially a popular series. Not only is it popular and those actors become, you know, loved actors, people that fans don't want to see leave, like Rick, Michonne, Maggie, people like that. So you definitely need to pay them more to keep them on the show, to keep the fans happy, because we've seen what happened with all of these characters leaving. And with all of that, which seems to be pointing to AMC and their, you know, I just call it greed, I guess, but their accounting practices. If they lose these two cases, what will that do to AMC as a network, really, but definitely the Walking Dead universe? But that's just a little bit of news on that trial and case. You know, it's just a nutshell kind of stuff thrown out there for you. If you want to discuss it, do it in the comments below. Let me know what I got right or wrong and anything other questions you may have, because there's a ton of other information in those articles. And I just jabbered here for a little bit, but you could talk for a long time on the specifics of the case and all the different things that's going on with it. So definitely, if you got any questions, throw those in the comments below. Let's hope that these politics and financial things doesn't guide what we're seeing on screen too much. I know they are in a lot of ways because of characters leaving, stuff like that. Things that AMC does, like kill Carl off. Just all kinds of different things that they're doing, and unpredictable things sometimes. And if you look a lot of times below the surface, you see it's tied financially to something. But as always, thanks for watching. And don't forget to subscribe for more dead stuff.